Hey guys, gonna be teaching you how to play Kindred Jungle. For my runes, I'm going standard flat armor, scaling magic resist, and for quintessences I have attack speed. Reds are armor pen. Armor pen, CDR, and attack speed are the most important things that you need on this champion because you're gonna get flat damage from your passive. For my masteries, I'm going 21-9, so I got the tenacity because I'm extra squishy. So I gotta stay alive. Okay, so for this video I'm gonna be going the standard, the most frequently played build, which is Warrior on Skirmishers, and then Orc, and then after that it's Last Whisper and Runins in whatever order, and Yomu's. Actually, Yomu's might be before. Like you can, I'm gonna try starting Yomu's this game. So like I said, you want the armor pen. That's why you got the brutalizer, the two brutalizer items at the start. That's the theory. Now the other build, if you want to be tankier, you can go devourer. So you always want to start bot side because you get the better leash, and this champion needs that extra help. You start with W. You're gonna max Q, then W, and then E though. So start W, then max Q, W, E. I'm not sure what's better to smite, either Krugs or Red, but I'm gonna go Krugs this time because I'll show off how you can use that stun to help you kite around, which is really important for this character to avoid damage because you're squishy. And you gotta make sure not to do that. It's kinda hard to see or to know where their patience level is because they don't have a bar, small ones. Just don't do that. And like I said, level 2 is gonna be Q. Max that. See, so you can kind of stun this and kite it around. You can jump over walls if you hit the corners, unless they're really thin walls. Then you can jump over them wherever the thin part is. And as you saw, you wanna attack the larger camp for the larger monster of any camp, and let your Q hit the small ones. So over here, got my stack on that scuttle. 90% of the time, your level 2 90% of the time at level 2, the stack is going to spawn on one of the scuttle crabs, and I usually get that straight after my level 2 buff. So I get the first camp, and then the buff, and then get the scuttle, regardless of what side I'm on. Then I go back to my other buff. But this champion is very strong early with red buff. Because your ranged autos are going to slow. So for ganking, it's like the best champion for slows. Um, so you want to try to get up to 1200 gold before you go back. That'll let you get boots. You can get your basic jungle item for the bonus gold. You can get a long sword, and then you have extra money for potions and wards. And I did the thing again. Trust me, the game is still pretty good, and if I didn't mess all this stuff up, I probably would have done even better. You can solo dragon at level 5 if you have like 3 stacks. Stacks are everything. This champion has the third lowest base AD in the game, only 86 at level 18, and the only two worst champions are Thresh and Orianna at 85. So I accidentally have Master Yi marked because I thought he was a jungler, and it turns out Rengar was a jungler, so I missed a couple stacks. Or I missed the first stack on Scuttle, but this stack I actually got it. Oh, no, wait, I didn't. I got the stack from the Raptor, though. So Master Yi is actually top lane, so I missed 2 stacks on Rengar, because back at, like, before the Scuttle grab, I just pushed tab and thought Master Yi was a jungle and marked him. Wasn't careful enough. Look at this Rengar, how mad he is. then I tell him, stay away from my stacks and we have no problems. That's what I said. I don't want to fight, bro. So this champion has the W. When you push your Q inside the W radius, it resets the Q cooldown to 2 seconds. So the fastest way to cover ground if you're trying to cover a lot of distance is to start with Q, then push W instantly, and then Q again, and then you can get a third Q off, and they'll all be within 2 seconds apart. So that's the fastest way to cover ground. Q, W, Q, Q. And the gank order is similar. You're going to start with Q. Always start with Q, because then when you push W, your W is going to be further up to the fight, and it helps you stay inside that radius for the short cooldowns. So you always start Q and then W, and then E. I'm just muting everybody. Focus. So at least I made him go back to base. You want to try to keep an eye on where the enemy jungler is and try to invade, either for stacks. Say I have Rengar marked right here, or I mean to kill him for stacks, or to avoid him if you're trying to get the jungle camp. So if you see with the deep ward, you see him over by his blue buff, and you see like the Krugs up here are marked, then you know you're safe to go get it. But I'm invading because I know he was over here, and I'm just gonna try to catch him. Poor guy. He thinks I'm taking it personally. So I got 3 stacks now, and I'm level 5, which means I can easily solo dragon. You can probably even get away with like level 6 if you have 2 stacks. You know, you can just kind of, and depending on your items, you can kind of try to figure out what level you can do it. But the reason you can do it so early is because you have percent health damage with your stacks and your E. So your passive, your stacks, give you percent damage based on the target's current health, and your E does percent of max health, like Vayne's rings. That's your E. So I have 4 stacks now because I just got another one from that scuttle. You want to always try to get like 3 stacks around 5 or 6 minutes, or 7. And if you have like 2 stacks around 5, 6, 7 minutes, you're pretty like average level, I guess. But if you have like 4 stacks around 8 minutes, you're in pretty good shape. So I just wanted to push this guy out of lane, so I'll use my ult just to do that. If you're gonna try to invade and take stacks, you can jump over the dragon wall or the baron wall to get into the enemy jungle, because that area is likely or less likely to be warded. So you might want to go straight over the walls at dragon or baron to get in. So after your red jungle items, you want to build either Yomu's, or you want to build a Brutalizer specifically, or you want to go to Bork and then you build Bilgewater Cutlass first. And so it's just a lot of long swords that you're going to need at the early game. And once you get up to, like, after your first recall, it's pretty easy to kite stuff around without taking damage. It's just the beginning phase that's really hard. So I see the other stack at Raptors. I'm just going to pass through mid because I have Zed still marked from last fight. Oh, but Rengar shows up, and you know I got to go for Rengar. And he's dead real quick. Thanks for the blue buff, mate. I was kind of low. And then I'm not really going to try to kill him because I don't think I'm going to be able to. So I'm just going to go straight through to the Raptors. Shut your eyes. I'm just going to walk around this way extremely efficiently. See, I use my E on the big guys and Q for the small ones for the fastest clear. So I'm at 5 stacks, which is 6.25% of their current health on all my basic attacks. So that's physical damage coming in for me. So in order to scale into late game, you need to build penetration, so your stacks will keep doing more damage with that penetration. Here I got really bloodthirsty, and if I would have just attacked Rengar, if you didn't notice, Rengar came back in and attacked Krugs and died. So, okay, so it's really important to not build Trinity Force on this champion because of her really low base AD. At level 18, her base AD is only 86, which is the third worst in the game. So if you read the passives on Trinity Force, one of them, which is like the most important reason to build it, is based on how much base AD you have, and you can't change your base AD with items. So don't build Trinity Force. So right there I engaged just knowing that I was going to take a lot of damage, but I had ult up, so that strategy is actually a pretty good strategy for engaging 5v5 late game fights. Just jump in with Runins if you have a Runins. Just start attacking people, and even if you die, everyone's going to be like half health by the time you die, and then your team will just jump in 4v5 and clean up easily. If you focus the squishies, you can kill them. You can kill like 1 or 2 before you die, and it always works. Unless you get CC'd before you can get your ult off, so don't do that. Just like you can, depending on their team comp, you can start your ult instantly before anyone has a chance to focus you. And right here I got caught. By the time I spawn, I think I'll have enough to get Brutalizer, extra cooldown reduction, and armor penetration, which is really important for this champion. Early. Well, and late. You want the Last Whisper late game though. A ton of armor penetration. So, after you get 6 stacks, they stop spawning on the jungle, so you have to get assists or kills to get stacks. And yeah, that's infinitely scaling. As long as you have the armor penetration, you're gonna keep doing more and more damage after every fight. What you should do is, once you get to team fight stage, just look at the scoreboard, look at which enemy has the most deaths, and just mark that person. And then after every single fight, you have to, at the start of a fight, just make sure to get like 1 auto attack or something on that champion if you have more important targets. And then hopefully they'll die and you'll get an assist. And then after every fight, make sure that if you got an assist or you got the stack, make sure to mark someone else. If you don't mark anybody, you're not going to get any stacks. So that's 8 stacks. Once you hit 8 stacks, that's 10% of the target's current health. 1/10 of their health applied to your basic attacks. The most stacks I've ever had is like 16, which is 20%, 1/5 of their health. So I have ult. I'm trying to stay alive as long as I can. I focus 80 carry down. And then I decided to go for Thresh because I thought he wasn't going to be escaping. Zed has a way to dodge my damage. So I got 2 kills out of that. No stack though. I think it was on cooldown. I think my stacks, I just got 1 on Master Yi. So, because they have a Rengar, I'm building the pink sweeper. Otherwise I would just be building an upgraded yellow trinket. But now I can activate my sweeper in a team fight and I can see where Rengar is. I'm going to Dragon right now. Should be a very easy. I'm gonna grab red buff first. Remember, this champion is very good with red buff. Not sure how much. Okay, well they're all here. Oh yeah, so this fight, I almost got a triple here. If I would have jumped over the wall, I would have got it, but I was scared. And right there, I tried to jump around the corner just to get vision and get a Q, but it didn't land, and Ezreal got it. So still, I haven't been getting any stacks. Make sure to remember to mark people. I know Rengar's over here, and I have ult, so that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna bait him to jump on me. I think he was only in there looking for me. So there's that. Rip. I'm 12-4 right now. So Bork is very important, as well as the Yomus. Those are like your core. If you're going the Tanky Sated build, Bork would be your first item after the Devourer and Boots. It's your first damage, big damage item. Because that one does percent health also, so that scales with your kit extremely well. So you're an extreme anti-tank and anti-Baron. Like you can solo Baron, and like you've seen me do, I solo Dragon at level 5.
An enemy has been slain.
There's no split pushing with this champion unless you're going Sated and Runins. So don't do that, and you're swishy, so this is pretty much only team champion, or team fight champion that you can be doing team fights with your champion. Don't be out alone because you'll die. So I have Thresh marked, so I see him getting assists over here, so I know he's like over here. And then I back off because of vision, and I know Thresh is somewhere over here. So I'm all just trying to get stacks, being greedy, not doing the team fighting like I'm supposed to. Let's see how it goes. Not good. Almost got him, and then Zed got a perfect ult and followed me over the wall when I escaped. And then he just teleported back. So that didn't go well. So I'm gonna go Runins, 5th item.
An enemy.
Beauty fades. That is why it is beautiful.
Close your eyes, please. If you try to jump over walls, like just around the corners, when you're jungling, you can save a little bit of time. Kind of like the same way as how when you're Riven and you're getting back to lane, you can use your Q to jump through towers to cover a little bit more distance, because it pushes you further. If you get past the halfway point of a wall, it'll push you back to the backside. So you can jump through walls like that to get a little bit of extra distance. And here we go in Master Yi. I have a lot of damage now. If he would have just focused me though, he might have done a lot more damage. Probably doesn't know how squishy I am. So right there I saved my teammate with my ult. And I get this guy again. Got a stack finally. I should have just kept Rengar marked as much as I could, and because he was really easy to kill. So, not much going on right now. Just waiting for that bot wave to be pushed back, and then we're gonna be regrouping real soon, I'm sure. So I'm just gonna take the time to clear probably like a couple camps and recall and spend my money.
Forevermore.
Same things, just do a hard engage and ult yourself. This time I got marked by Zed and I died. Got 10 stacks though. 12.5% of their current health as bonus physical damage. So you can see no armor items, which is pretty funny.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain.
They're killing everybody.
Double kill.
Yay! We did it!
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed
Gotcha, buddy. Just kidding, you're bad! GG. WP.